everybody, my name is Hope and welcome back to my channel. I like musicals, they're a big part of my life, and today we're going to be talking about shows I'd love to swing for. Now, I'm not trying to mix it all about myself, I'm not, I promise. But I love swings. That sounds really weird, and I want to explain what a swing is for people that just think I'm talking about the playground instrument item thing. So a swing is basically someone that covers multiple roles in the show, and they're called tracks. Now, some people have about 6 tracks, others can have like 12 tracks, and they're all individuals. So you could be playing lead roles, you're playing ensemble roles, you could be playing a mix. It really just depends on your show and what works for your company. And I'd love to do this at some point. I don't know why, I've just had this fascination. Do I think I have the memory for it? I don't know. I have really dodgy memory. However, I would love to give it a go and try, because I feel like half the time when I do a show I know other people's lines better than I know my own. So with that being said, this is me basically talking about shows first of all that I would love to swing for, and then kind of my top 3 roles from each of those shows that I would want to swing for, if that makes sense. This is kind of like the top 3 roles that I'd want to play from these shows, but also the ones that I'd want to swing for, so swap in and out and do stuff. I'm not including ensemble roles just because I feel like they're really hard to like quantify and be like, oh yes, I'd really want to play that really specific ensemble role, because I feel like I just don't know like the shows well enough and things like that. So I would happily play ensemble roles in these shows. I'm just going to be using leads and supportings and featured ensemble roles to kind of give you that idea. But before we get into this video, remember that you can follow me on social media. You can find me at xhopewilsonx on Instagram, hopewilson45 on TikTok, where I do musical theatre content. I'm currently doing a bit of a series, so if you enjoy that kind of stuff, you can go check that out. But you can also find me at hopewilson with 2 N's and underscore on Twitter. Do I tweet a lot? No, but I'm active. I'm active on all of these, so you can message me. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so my first show is Mean Girls. I would love to swing for Mean Girls. I think this is the show that I think every role that you play kind of gives you a different experience, and I love how all the characters are all so different, so you can really get like that wide range of acting in there. And my top 3 roles to play from this show would be Katie, Regina, and Gretchen. I feel like Katie's the most like me. I feel like we are very, very similar in like a lot of ways. I'm not a douchebag like she kind of is halfway through, but we have the same morals, we're kind of the same-ish, you get what I mean? So that's why I'd want to play her. Regina is, like, who wouldn't want to play Regina? Like, I feel that's just a given. That's kind of all I have to say. Why not? Why wouldn't you? And Gretchen is also kind of like me. I don't really know how, but I get vibes, insecurities, you know, you get kind of similar stuff. I'm not very good at explaining this, am I? However, those would be the 3 that I'd want to play. Karen I feel like would be fun, but can I play an idiot? I don't know. I kind of am one, but not in that way, so who knows? I'd love to give it a go. And Janice, yeah, Janice is too much like me. I don't care to explain that one, so we're just gonna move on. Okay, so my second show is a chorus line. And I gotta be honest, do I think I'm a good enough dancer to be in a chorus line? No. Do I also think that I could be at a level at some point to be in the show? Possibly, but do I have high hopes for it? Also no. However, I love these characters and I would do anything to play them because they seem a lot of fun. So my top role for a chorus line is Maggie. Maggie sings at the ballet. She sings the high note at the end. She's like the last one. I love her. I love her outfit. I love her character, her style. I don't know. She seems cool to me. She gets a good bit of a song and she's like not like the front runner, and I think she can be kind of interesting to play and stuff like that. So that's why I'd want to play her. Then my next one is Val. Val sings Dance 10, Looks 3. She is so far away from the person that I am. I feel like it'd be a lot of fun because I get to sing about tits and ass, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on this channel, but it's my channel, so deal with it. But she has to sing about that 8 shows a week, and I feel like that'd be fun because I would never in a million years do that, like ever. So I feel like that'd be kind of fun. And for a third one, I'd put Cassie. I don't know, she's a leading lady, but in my opinion, I think she's a bit boring. I don't know, there wasn't really any other characters that really stood out to me because I couldn't play Christy, who I think her name's Christy. She sings the song Sing, where she can't sing. For some reason, mentally, my brain can't purposely sing out of tune. anyway. And like people like Phoebe and Sheila, they're cool, but they're not like, oh my god, I'd love to play them. But like I said, I don't know what I'm talking about, so let's move on. I'm also very sorry about the lighting. It's getting gradually darker, and the only lighting I have is my actual ceiling light, because I don't own a ring light or anything like that. So I'm sorry, it's getting blurry by the minute, but I can't do anything about it. So my next show is Les Mis, and you can probably guess. It's probably quite obvious which 3 roles I would love to play in this show and would love to swing for, which is Cosette, Eponine and Fantine, in that order. I love Cosette. I think she's the most underrated character in Les Mis. She has an amazing story, and I feel like most productions that I've seen or whatever really don't explore it at all, and I definitely feel like there's a chance for that in the source material. So I love Cosette. I love singing like that kind of like soprano stuff, because I don't really get to sing it that often. All around, just great character, and she deserves to be with Marius. I've got to be honest, I don't really like Marius, but Marius and Cosette together, not Marius and Eponine. I said what I said. But I would also like to play Eponine, I think, on my own. Classic song, everyone loves to sing it. Mezzo-soprano, ingenue, kind of, but not really, but plays into that kind of role. Very much my casting type, if you will, but I don't like that word because that's boring. But overall, just a good role, innit? And Fantine, I just think, well, if I'm being completely honest, my mum wants me to play this role more than I do, but I'd still love to play her. I think she'd be a lot of fun, apart from the whole illness and prostitution and the dying that happens, but you get what I mean. You'll get what I mean, right? Right? I feel like this next show probably comes like a little bit of a random one, like why the hell have you put this in there? This just seems like a bit of an outward choice. The show is Annie. Obviously I'd love to play Miss Hannigan. I love playing mean characters, mainly because I'm not really mean to people in real life, so it gives me an excuse to be mean to people without having to hurt their feelings. I'd love to also play Grace. I actually can't remember Grace's last name, so in my notes I've just written Grace. Nice. Kind of boring, not really explored very well. However, she gets a nice song, and she's like cheery, and it's probably quite easy to play her in comparison. Like, not like easy, if you like easy is the wrong word, but like for me personally it would take a lot less energy. I feel like I'm just digging myself into a deeper and deeper hole here, I've got to be honest. Maybe I should just stop talking because no one's ever going to want to hire me. But lastly is the Starter B. If you're like, who the hell is the Starter B? It's basically the featured ensemble, kind of, who gets like a solid chunk of songs in NYC, which is my favourite song from Annie, I can't lie. I feel like I've actually mentioned this before in this channel, but I'm gonna say it again anyway. I love that section. It's literally my favourite section. It feels like genuinely like your star moment as an ensemble member. So I love it. I think it's great. I'd love to sing that bit in front of people. I feel like I will have achieved something if I do that. Don't know why, but who knows. My next show is Heathers. I feel like Heathers is again kind of obvious, but you don't know which of the Heathers I'm gonna pick. So obviously Veronica, top dream role of mine. Would love to be in the show, sing her role. She's very much like me, quite sarcastic, but at the same time, I don't even know. There are characters that I relate to and I just understand a lot more than others. I have no explanation as to why, because have I attempted to kill somebody? No. Have I thought about it? Maybe, but that's not the point. Have I ever been popular? Also no. So there are many a reason why I'm not related to these characters, but I understand them and I get them, and that's why I like them so much. So let's just gloss over what I just said and everything. We'll just shove that out the window and just focus on now. I would love to play Veronica. Chandler would also be fun. Again, I get to be mean without hurting people's feelings, because isn't that the dream? She's also just kind of a great character. I think very much a character within himself. I feel like she holds a lot of presence, so I'd enjoy that too. And I'd actually like to really play McNamara, Miss Cinnamon Roll Soft Girl. I don't know why. She just seems nice, and we all like the nice character. I would never really want to play Duke. Obviously, I would never be opposed to it if the situation came about. I'm just saying. However, she's very mean just for being mean's sake, and I don't like that in a person anyway. She does have some good songs, I'll give her that. Yeah, I'd rather play McNamara over Duke, so take from that what you will. My next show is is Bring It On. I keep feeling like I'm mentioning the same musicals in every one, so I tried to pick a couple that were a bit different, but obviously I would love to play Campbell in Bring It On. Again, a character very much the kind that I like to play. I mean, she's the lead, but just in general, I would love to play Campbell. Very much a me kind of character. Yeah, she's the lead, but I just kind of love her in general. But I'd also like to play Ava. Ava, spelled with an E, because whoever knows how to pronounce the name, but it's Ava in this instance. She's the villain in a 4-foot frame. Why wouldn't you love her? I mean, I'm 5'5", so I think I'm a little bit tall, but I have the age. She's meant to be like 16. I'm 18, but in the theatre world, that's like 10. So, like, cast me. But yeah, I love Ava. Villain, but like an actual villain in this case. Like, she's a bad person, and that's why I like her so much. And then thirdly, we have Skylar. I like Skylar. She's a bit of a bitch. You had to have one in there, really, didn't you? That's just kind of the way this kind of works. You have a show that's set in high school, there has to be a bad person, but not like a bad person like Ava. Like, Ava's in a whole other world. But I do like Skylar. I love Tryouts. I think it's a really underrated song in Bring It On, so go listen to it if you want. But yes, I like Tryouts. I like the thing as a whole. Bring It On's a great show. I think it's completely underrated. So I would love to play those three. My next one is Carrie. Again, I feel like Carrie has 3 very obvious choices, but I would love to play Carrie, Sue and Chris. Kind of in that order, but I'd kind of be open to playing any of them. Carrie, obviously the main character, because who doesn't want to play the main character half the time, especially in a woman's case. I don't like the word woman, but for me, but getting distracted anyway. So Carrie, belty numbers, the destruction. I want to sing that to people to make people go, holy crap, she can sing that, and I feel like I'd feel very validated. Number 2, Sue, who is basically the main character. Even though it's called Carrie, the main character is kind of Sue, because we see a lot of things from her perspective. I don't love Sue, I gotta be honest, but her songs are good, and I like the romance with Tommy, and obviously Chrissy Altimer and Derek Lenner, like, they were the OGs, so we gotta love them. Yeah, I just kind of like that character. Again, a bit wet, which I don't love, but it'll do. And then we have Chris. Chris is a badass. She just is, so no one can tell me otherwise. I'm sorry, but those three girls are something else, and I would love to be in Carrie. I think Carrie is such a grungy show that is very much suited to me and my personality, so I'd love to be in that show. And my last show is Into the Woods. Again, kind of obvious who my 3 are gonna be, but this kind of has an order. So that is The Baker's Wife, Cinderella, and Little Red. I love The Baker's Wife. Well, that's a lie. I don't love The Baker's Wife. She cheats on her husband. Spoiler alert. I love Moments in the Woods. Moments in the Woods is probably one of my favourite songs. Aside from Your Fault, I love Your Fault. I love any counterpoint group song. Like, that's just a whole barrel of fun. Not in a sarcastic way, like, genuinely, I love it. But Moments in the Woods is a great song. I love that solo. Everything but her biggest flaw, which ultimately leads to her demise. Another spoiler, but I'll let you figure that out for yourself. I like her character. I feel like they kind of ruin it, but I feel like at the same time they kind of have to. Yeah, so not my fave, but I do like her and I would really like to play her. Then we have Cinderella, who I probably should have put in front of The Baker's Wife because I'd probably like to play her more soprano singing that I really like doing, like the more like classic style as opposed to like the contemporary. I think she gets a really nice solo. She gets on the steps of the palace, which is very high and very fast, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but who is? And you know, just her character in general, I feel like she doesn't let anyone take her for granted, which I like. So just in general, I just like her character. And then third is Little Red. I feel like I'm a bit old for Little Red. I know before I said 18 is the Broadway's 10, but when it comes to like Little Red Riding Hood, they seem to always cast like actual 10-year-olds. So what can you do? But I like her song. She's an annoying kid, but at the same time, I think that's kind of how her character is meant to be. So live and let live, I guess. I didn't sound very passionate about that one, but I'm sorry. I would like to play all of them, but I feel like one thing Sondheim does very well is flaw his characters, because I feel like a lot of characters are very perfect when they're written in other senses, so there's only so much you can do, I think. So that does it for this video. Those are all the shows that I would love to swing for, all those individual shows I would love to swing for, and 3 roles that I'd love to play from those shows, whether that be in swing or just generally or just, you know what I mean. I would love to play those roles. So thank you so much for watching this video. You can like it if you like it, subscribe if you feel like it. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so thank you to every single person who is subscribed to this channel. It means a lot to me. It's been a journey so far and I'm hoping to continue on it. Remember, you can find me on social media at XOWilson on Instagram, HopeWilson45 on TikTok, and HopeWilson with 2 N's and an underscore on Twitter. But thank you so much for watching. Keep enjoying musicals as much as me, and I will see you in the next one.